Hello everybody, welcome to my series called SpideyRants, Web to Whispers, and Venting Vigilante, where I ramble about varying topics while I learn the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions New Game Plus any percent hard category. Our first topic for today is what I think about the Flash movie. I don't know. I watched the Flash, right? And I thought, wow, that's like everything I wish the Flash TV show was. And whatnot, because the Flash TV show used to be great. Well, it wasn't great, but it certainly wasn't awful like it is now. Um, but or awful as it was. I guess the show ended. But I think the only thing that made the Flash horrible was the actor and CGI. I think if they had honestly picked, had gotten Grant Gustin to be the Flash, because Grant Gustin, I think, can do a amazing Flash. Because he's not a terrible actor. He's just, what the dialogue he's given is terrible. Which, wish it wasn't so bad. But, just, I don't know. The movie, it was great. I wanted it. That's basically like everything I wanted out of a Flashpoint story or Flash movie. Because it used his speed, in a way that, everybody, ripped on the Flash TV show for. Because the Flash can move so insanely fast that he can literally just fix things in, whatnot in a matter of seconds. And what I thought was also a neat detail in the Flash movie was the fact that you can't move anybody with super speed because you're, well, I think I don't know if they directly said it, but it's basically jolting around your insides and like liquids, and your brain doesn't know what to do, so he can't really move it because then it'll just vomit and go all weird for a few minutes. Which they showed in, once they broke into the bunker or something. Just, it was so good. But I think it made sense, in real life, that's how it would actually be. But, if you're the Flash, right, and there are falling babies, and, they're in danger, and there's, a dog, a nurse, whatever, right, you should be able to just, get them and bring them to safety, instead of, having to put them in a microwave, and, other things. Which is weird. I mean, it makes sense, why they wrote it like that. Our next topic for today is my favorite scene from a Phase 4 Marvel movie. I think, though, my favorite part of, a Phase 4 Marvel movie is is in Doctor Strange 2, right? So it's, I don't think it's even halfway, but it's not at the beginning. It's 1/3 maybe through the movie, right? And it's, after Wanda is decimated, Amartage, right? And she's, trying to get, what was her name? America Chavez, right? So Doctor Strange puts her in the mirror dimension, and and right, which makes sense because the mirror dimension you can't get out unless you have a sling ring, which Spider-Man, the first Doctor Strange, and I think movie that had the mirror dimension, but anyway, they they explained it that you can't get out of the mirror dimension without a sling ring. But Wanda is now in the mirror dimension and can control the mirror dimension and get out without a sling ring, which is so stupid. Which, it contradicts what was already set in stone. But even worse than that, right? While Wanda is like pulling people into the mirror dimension and killing them, whatever. I don't know what she was doing. But you can see Doctor Strange open a portal, right, or try to open a portal, but then his sling ring just fucking breaks. And it's just so... and... it's just dumb. I'll see if I can, try and find... Our third topic for today is why Loki doesn't make sense as a show. I had a thought a week or two ago on how Loki as a whole show shouldn't exist at all, because it contradicts itself, right? So the whole reason the Loki show existed, right, was in Endgame, and Hulk had hit Tony Stark, because Hulk was coming out of the stairs and Tony Stark was going into the stairs, right? And then Tony Stark gets knocked over, and drops the briefcase that was holding the Tesseract, which they need to go back into the future to make the Space Stone and everything. And then and then Loki, bends down and grabs it and teleports away, which, it makes sense for his character. But then the show Loki picks up immediately after that, and he was told that he wasn't supposed to do that. But if he wasn't supposed to do that, then Endgame shouldn't have continued, right? Because because Tony Stark was meant to take the Tesseract back to the time that he was from. But he didn't, because he was knocked to the ground, which was, canon event, I guess. So I guess what was supposed to happen was he was to get knocked on the ground, but Loki wasn't supposed to pick it up. But then Tony Stark picks it back up and then, goes back in time somehow. I don't know. It's weird. But even then, that still doesn't make sense, because then if it still disrupted the flow of time, then that means that it just doesn't make sense at all. Which, I don't understand why. Our last topic for today is why I'm interested in James Gunn's DC universe. Can't wait to see where James Gunn takes the DC universe. because it, like, the movies that James Gunn wants to make look really, well, not amazing, but they look really interesting. I think even the Superman show on HBO Max is really good. I love that. God, that it is so good. And not I don't. I think a lot of people like it, but there are some people that don't like it. But it's just so good. It's exactly how Superman is. Because he's really nice. He is the nicest guy. He will literally help anyone, no matter what. And amazing. Which is why I think Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is an okay movie, but I don't think it's a good Superman movie. That is going to do it for today, guys. I would like to thank my friend Eden for the title suggestion and for helping me with my videos, and wish everybody that watched the video the best, and to have a great rest of their day.